How's it going, everyone? Welcome to The Hook. I'm your host, the Strobro, Aaron Castro, the Hooker. I'm also on the Earful of Dirt Rugby podcast. So check that out, Earful of Dirt in the search. We're Earful of Dirt on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Check us out on iTunes, but let's go forward and talk MLR news and notes for week 4 of the preseason. The Houston SaberCats overcame the James Bay Athletic Association rugby side from the BC Premier League, who is sitting at 5th in the league standings, in a 42-13 rout at home at Constellation Field. To get into the overarching emphasis of the game, it was pretty tough early on. They brought down a side, even though it was a little depleted with some guys in Canada camp, because Canada had a World Cup qualifier last weekend against Uruguay. So with that said, they still bring this crazy roster that's everyone is over 6 foot. Not a single guy is under 200 pounds. Whoa. They had the 6'6" dude who was 280 pounds. The props were good size. Man, so that led to a very physical match up front pretty early. The Houston SaberCats conceded a bunch of penalties in the first half, which really slowed down their flow and limited what their backline could do. Both Joshua Vici and Osea Kalinasau are really great ball distributors, so even though they can probably score from anywhere on the pitch, they offload very easy, and the guys just hit the gap when they run with them, because they're just experts in the backline play. Like I said, conceded a bunch of penalties. James Bay was able to take advantage of that. They scored all 13 points in the first half, and they closed the half. It was James Bay at one point was up 13-10. It was very interesting, and then a penalty was not a penalty, but then Sam Windsor had a drop goal, so that was really cool. You don't see those a lot, and then there was another try scored before the half. In the second half, the defense for the Cats tightened up a lot, and they just went to town. Ended up scoring another 22 points in that half. Again, extremely physical match. I think these matches against the BC Premier League sides will definitely prepare the SaberCats for the regular MLR season, provided they, come out unscathed. Based on the roster, there were some nicks from the previous week when they faced Uruguay, but, you've got a really good squad coming in. And with that said, moving on, the next big piece of news was San Diego Legion on Friday had a press release about their 8 guys in the Eagles camp right now. So who's that? That is Dylan Audsley, which we sort of knew about from a release. Then you've got Nate Augsburger, Old Blue New York product, former Eagles Sevens player. He decided, he wanted to play at MLR this year, even though there's a team coming to New York. So people are going to say, hey, all these dudes are taking a rugby sabbatical, but I don't think so. I think everyone just wants a new experience. So what's not to like about sunny SoCal, Then we've got Ben Sema out of Rocky Gorge in the University of Maryland coming in. And after him, there's Cam Dolan, who hadn't re-signed with Cardiff Blues and just chose to come back to the United States and play in club rugby with Old Blue New York. But he decided he wanted to move to San Diego to play with San Diego Legion. After him, we've got Ryan Matias, who has been, a decently long-time Eagles Sevens player at this point. He's broken out into the Eagles side. He's definitely your first choice 11. If there is a competitor, he's like the first choice 11. Prior to that, he was coaching. Just when he was just on Eagles Sevens, he would help University of Arizona Sevens and work with their strength and conditioning and make sure those boys were ready to go when it came to 7 seasons in the late spring. This year he took on another role, taking over as the head coach for the San Diego Mustangs. So he's got like 3 roles going on. Eagle Sevens player, youth program head coach, and professional rugby player in the MLR. Then following him, you've got Tony Purpura, loosehead prop. Probably, I would say of the domestically available props, probably one of the top loosehead in this country right now, based on how many starts he's been able to garner in the system of late since coming back into the fold during last year's ARC. So, moving on, you've got Mikey Teo and Brett Thompson rounding out the 8 guys that are all in Eagles camp right now for Gary Gold in Chula Vista. Well, not to be outdone, today the Glendale Raptors, well, today is Monday, so you'll see this on Thursday? Yeah. So, on Monday, 29 January, the Glendale Raptors released their season tickets for sale, and they also released late in the day their roster. And just reading this through, most of you guys know who these people are from their play with the Merlins D1 and having been with the team last year. Got Bryce Campbell, center; Jake Crispin, scrum half; Connor Cook, back row; Dustin Croy, wing and fullback; Peter Dahl, back row; Harley Davidson, wing and fullback; Sean Davies, scrum half; Maximo de Achaval, fullback; James Del Bosque, hooker; Zach Finoglio, hooker; Kalepi Fafita, prop; Seth Holloman, wing fullback; Kyle Hitt, center; Nick Kwasniewski, prop; Benjamin Landry, lock; Chad London, center; William Maggie, fly half; Ata Malifa, center; John Quill, back row; Casey Rock, lock; Blake Rogers, prop; John Ryberg, wing; Devin Vaughter, back row; Brian Wallace, back row; Luke White, prop. The main coaching staff for the Glendale Raptors is Mark Bullock as the director of rugby. The head coach is David Williams, with Kieran Ted Browner as the assistant coach. They've also got Dave Sinnott with their academy and Luke Gross with their Division I side. So you've got a bunch of different assistants that also manage other teams within the Glendale program that come in to work on different things. Luke Gross is like their lineout coach. Dave Sinnott is their skills guy. Moving forward, that's a ton of great stuff going out there, and that wraps it up for preseason week 4 MLR News and Notes.